Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We are still playing 1.2.0.1509 pre-release, and though we found several glitches in the game, they're not game-breaking at this moment. So we're going to keep on pushing forward. And right now, we're going to go and rescue Syanda Kerman. Such a hard name. I'm just going to call her Sy. And we're going to go rescue Sy Kerman. And we're going to do it maybe with the probe core. Yeah, I think a probe core. And we need to zoom in on this sucker. Now, we already built a rescue taxi, but I can't reuse it, or I don't want to. Because when we try and load it, well, don't save. When we try and load it, well, not anymore. It was suggesting that we had issues with parts that were not allowed. I guess they're allowed now. I wonder if they changed up where that part that I had put on here occurred in the science tree. That very well could have been. But in any case, I'm going to start over anyway. And the main reason why is we got some more technology since the last time we launched that thing. So we might as well use that to our advantage. So what do we need here now? We're going to need some parachutes to be sure. And I'm going to turn that on. I want to have two of them. I'm not sure that I want it up there. Maybe I want them down here. Maybe I turn them this way. Kind of don't like that either. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them down a bit, like so. And maybe out just a bit. Yeah, I like that. Kind of funky, but hey, we'll take it, right? Okay, now we'll go ahead and just stick another one of these up here. But I wonder if we have. No, we still don't have the aerodynamics for the smaller one because that's so huge. So yeah, what we'll do is we're putting on that extra parachute. Yeah. And we're gonna put on this parachute on top here, simply for the aerodynamics of it, and it can't hurt, right? To have an extra parachute. All right, put that on there. And so now we have our rescue vehicle. We need to have some science on it though, and the science that we need is primarily an antenna. We only need the one, and we do want it to be this way. And I think I'll kind of stick it up into the probe core there. I think that's completely legit to say that it's up in the probe core there. If not, if you disagree, then you can just eat it, because yeah. Now I want to go ahead and get one of these suckers, and I'm gonna put on that. Now I wonder if we want to go ahead and actually I got a glitch. It won't let me pick it. There it is. Okay, so what I want to do is, do I want that much RCS? That's a lot of RCS. Yeah, because I don't want to put the small one up on this part of it. I don't want it on that part of it. So I'm going to put it there, like that. And then we'll go ahead and put one of these Terrier engines on here. And then we got to go ahead and put some of these. Let's, where is my center of mass? So we're just going to try and stick it on as close to the center of mass as we can. We can stick it a little bit above. If you go to air, you go to air above because, right, you're going to use some of this fuel. And so the center of mass will move up as that fuel is used. So now we got some RCS thrusters there. Great, terrific, wonderful. I wonder if they affect the aerodynamics of the ship at all. I would imagine not. But I do wish you had an option to, stick them a little bit more inboard, make them a little bit more realistic. But in any case, you can't, so I'm not going to reminisce about that. So, here we go, like that, and then like that, and then let's stick the Reliant on that, and we'll put our handy dandy tail fins on here. Love these tail fins, I just love the way they look. And then we'll put some of these on here. I think these were a bit overkill. The thumpers. I think we'll do just fine. And we want to move these down. Yeah, I wouldn't know what I just noticed is this is not quite where I want it. I want it snapped like that. Move it up a little bit. That's better. Here we go. Can move this whole thing down. That's good. All right. So that's our staging. We want to make sure we don't, yeah, we have an empty seat there. And we're going to call this Rescue Taxi 02. And we'll save that. And all right. So now we want to go, and that's our rescue taxi, and that's our target. Now, we have an inclination of this target, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to wait till the orbit of, or the launch window is going to be basically when we are at the equatorial plane here. Now, if you notice, we are focused on the vessel itself. For these kinds of maneuvers, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to focus on Kerbal. And that way, when I look to see where, so I'm going to line this up until I can't see the back orbit. That means that I'm as aligned as I can be. And so when that vessel is right about there, right, that means I'm at the right inclination and I can launch. And I'm going to want to launch a little bit north and east so that I can meet this inclination. It's going to be interesting to see. So usually I'll have my Kerbal engineer to tell me what my relative inclination is, and I can get it pretty nice and exact. But we're just going to have to use the little nodes, which aren't on here right now because we haven't launched. So again, we're going to try and put the periapse as far to the right as we can, and then line this up as close as we can. Now I'm going to F5 just so I can reload to this point if I need to, if I go too far. We're going to have this come around Kerbin until the center looks like it's lined up. And I think that's actually maybe the best we got. I think so. So we're going to go ahead and launch. And we'll... No, just kidding. We are in fact going to instead mess this up because guess what I forgot? Photovoltaic panels. Kind of necessary. So, yeah, we're gonna go back and do that again. Oh, no, I don't think so. I think we need a... I'm gonna revert this thing. Revert flight. I'm gonna revert it to vehicle assembly because I need those solar panels. Make this work. Solar photovoltaic panels. And let's stick 2 right here. And then I'll go ahead and stick another 2 or 4 here. All right. So let's try this again, shall we? Set as target and focus on Kerbin. F5 this. I think I'll go ahead and launch. What I'm trying to do now is I can't really change my descending node too much accurately, but I want to get my per apsis and this per apsis and the apoapsis to match up as much as I can. Alright, how about that? That's pretty close, huh? So now, we can burn right about there, add maneuver, and try and basically make this happen until that comes to here. And our descending node is also at that point, which is great. So this is not really moving, and I think that's just a glitch and something that they still need to work on a little bit. Again, this build seems to be a bit glitchy. I don't know if that's a glitch or I'm just doing something wrong or what, but yeah, F5, because I don't remember if I did or not, and I don't want to go past this or screw it up, so. Alright. Start with a burn here. Take that off. So I can look at my notes here. See if that starts to move at all. The noise restriction is changing, so as soon as that gets to 0, I'm just going to stop this burn. Oh, that's the axis joystick. There we go. Okay, so now where are my radios? No, that's that one. Okay. So I want to burn this way a little bit. Oh, am I out of fuel? I'm out of fuel. So at this point, I am relegated to using my RCS. We can do this with RCS. I mean, this thing should be like going around and around and around at this point. So I don't know. There's not much I can do about it. Okay, so I can change this enough. Right? If I wait till I get to my Apple apps, I can change that up. I think that'd be pretty much dead on. Something like that. Okay. Now I'm just using the H key along with my RCS to basically burn my monopropellant. I'm going to turn that off so I can see what my actual separation is. Okay. I wonder if I burn these other ways, I can walk that in a little bit. It's about as close as I can get it, but that's 1.6. That's pretty darn close. So now I'll add a maneuver here. See if I can't. Yeah. I'll just warp to there. Actually, no, I canceled it, but I think part of it is my ascending node's off, so I'm going to try and mess with my RCS some more. That don't help. It's doing something. That's getting us closer. .4, that's pretty good. But we, of course, have 166.3 meters per second that we're going to have to change. So we're going to warp to there. We're just going to try and keep the separation close while reducing the relative speed. And I want to point towards the target and also towards prograde. So I'm hitting N and then I every once in a while. I'm just trying to reduce my relative speed, basically. Either way, I just want to stop my progress. Alright. So we have rendezvoused. You switch over to the other ship. And EVA. B for board. And what do we got here? We got an engineer. Alright, so now you need to go to orbit, turn RCS off, and go prograde, or retrograde rather. And probably want to wait till we're at the Apple apps to be as efficient as possible. It'd be a shame if we ran out of monopropellant before we got the periaps back into the atmosphere. Okay. So again, we go retrograde here. Relative to orbit, make sure you get the right relative velocities here. Okay, I'm going to press R back on and press H. That's going to reduce my periaps. Don't care about these nodes. I wish I could turn it off, but there's not an easy way to do that, to my knowledge. And the unfortunate thing is if I run out of monopropellant, then I'll need to do a rescue mission for my rescue mission, which will be funny enough. So the key here is to get that. I think we need to put it at like 30 kilometers if we can. Alright, we made it to the atmosphere at least, so we'll get her down eventually, if nothing else. And I'm actually going to back off and go up to 40. I'll F5 that in case we want to change it later. And we will warp to there. Oh, as we come out of warp, go ahead and get off of that. We also want to make sure that we are retrograde. Whoa, Nelly. I want to reduce my wheel authority for the now. You're definitely in the atmosphere. Cynthia Kerman, she's looking happy. Tell she has a high stupidity level. Entered orbit of the sun again. No, we did not. Keep it on that retrograde. Spin it. noticed I had it on orbit, so I said 175 meters per second. I'm like, that doesn't look right, but much less relative to the surface there, right? So let's take another crew report. All right, about an EVA. Take a surface sample. Lots of sand and rocks here. You're thankful that you have a climate-controlled environment because it sure looks hot out there. The sand is dry and loose, and it looks like it's going to take some effort to clean your gear afterwards. I'll keep that. And EVA report. And no, it was not, but we did anyway. Forward and recover. Perfect. And so that is the mission, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like what you see, like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to my page, and I will see y'all